Welcome to today's Discover Quantum Touch webinar. I'm very excited to be here with you for this event. For those of you who are just joining, I would love, as usual, for you to post your location in the chat. It's always wonderful to see people tuning in from all around the world. And when I say all around the world, it's every time we do one of these webinars, there's people from all corners of the globe. So welcome to you all. We have a phenomenal event planned for you today, and with a wonderful guest, Quantum Touch instructor, Sue Rigby. And the title of our event today is A Treasure Map for Well-Being, your 12-color energetic blueprint. So you'll be getting a beautiful taste of the extraordinary treasure that's within us all, that involves 12 very special colors. So Sue will be happy to teach us, to lead us through, and also to give us an experience of the colors. So she will be also leading us through a live meditation during the course of this hour. A little bit later on in the hour, she'll lead us through our own personal experience of a taste of these colors. And she'll also share with us what they can do for you. So we'll hear testimonials, we'll hear an explanation from her of how it all works, what they are, and how this relates to our cells, the cells inside our body, and our energetic blueprint. So welcome, everybody. I'll just see who, we have from the Netherlands, from Hong Kong, Vancouver Island, so beautiful, Vancouver Island, Washington State, Lancashire. Oh, hello from the Ottawa Valley. I'm located in Ottawa as well. I didn't see who that was who posted that. The chat is going fast. From Tallahassee, Florida. Welcome, everybody. I will just see who else we need to add before we get started. Now, today's material is from the Becoming Supercharged workshop, and just so everybody knows, the meeting is being recorded and a replay will be sent out automatically to all of you. So there's no need to go and look for it afterwards. If you want to watch it again, it'll be sent automatically to your email. I'm very excited to introduce to you our featured guest today is instructor Sue Rigby. Sue is an instructor, certified quantum touch instructor of level 1, level 2, and level 4. And she first discovered quantum touch in 2012. She had been working as a banker and found herself in need of a change. And all of a sudden, quantum touch was there in her life and helped her tremendously through hip pain, hip surgery, and as she says, it changed her life. And in her bio, she said that we all discover quantum touch at a time of need. This is something that we hear often in quantum touch, that quantum touch seems to just pop up, just seems to appear, introduces itself into our lives just right when we need it. And this I found to be true for myself and for a lot of people who are involved in quantum touch. Now, for those of you who are new to our events or have never seen me before, my name is Renee Morris. I'm thrilled to be your host today. I'm a certified quantum touch instructor, practitioner. I'm a quantum touch ambassador, and I also work with the head office. And if ever you'd like to ask me questions directly about these events, about quantum touch workshops, all you have to do is reply to any of the webinar emails. So when you reply to them, you'll be connecting with me. You can also email me directly at renee@quantumtouch.com, and I'd be happy to help you. So welcome, everybody. Let's get started. I'll just make sure that everybody is in and everybody is muted. Wonderful. So Sue, welcome. I'm thrilled to be here with you today to host you as a featured guest for this event. And I will unmute you so that we can all hear you. Welcome, Sue. I would love for you to introduce yourself and share a little bit your quantum touch story before we jump into the treasure that is the energetic blueprint for well-being.
Renee, hello everybody. It's lovely to be here with you today. Thank you for joining us. I discovered quantum touch in 2012, as Renee was telling you. At the time, I was a Reiki practitioner and I was quite happy to stay as a Reiki practitioner. I thought everything was fine. One day, a friend said to me, "Have you heard about this quantum touch? I've seen something where it's used with animals. Would you like to learn something new?" And I said, "No, thank you. I'm fine as I am. I'm quite content to carry on as I am." But she piqued my interest, and I went home. I looked on the internet. And I saw all this information about the possibilities with quantum touch. In 2012, it was 8 years after I had hip replacement, well, hip surgery. And the surgery went well. Everything was comfortable. I was mobile. I was active. But that changed in 2012. I was in a great deal of pain. I was taking painkillers every 3 hours. I was struggling to sleep. I used a walking stick and my posture changed. I went from being upright to leaning to the side. So, having looked at what quantum touch was, 2 weeks later, I was on my first workshop, the Becoming Energized Level 1 workshop. In that workshop, in the first morning of the very first day, working with other students who'd no experience of quantum touch, my posture went from me leaning to the side to being upright, and my pain went away. And I was astonished by this. As I left the workshop that first day, I didn't need my walking stick. And I thought, that the pain's going to come back. But I went home, came back the next day, everything was still good. After the workshop finished, I practiced thinking, is this pain going to come back? And it didn't. And that was the start of a change in my life. My whole life changed because of that one workshop. I was so amazed by what had happened that I decided I wanted to be a practitioner and offer quantum touch alongside the Reiki. It quickly became the major part of my business. The more I worked with quantum touch, the more I wanted to share it with people. And I eventually became an instructor. That set me on the path that I am on today. It's a lifelong journey. You may have noticed that all the workshops start with the word becoming, and we are becoming. We are becoming energized. We are becoming supercharged. Each one is a natural progression to becoming who and what we are as energetic beings, to fulfilling our energetic potential. The level 1 workshop gives you a really solid base upon which you can build. All the principles that you learn apply no matter what workshop you are taking in quantum touch. It's a progression. It's an adventure in your energetic potential. The principles that you might remember are we always use breathing and body awareness techniques. We connect to the breath, we connect to the awareness within our bodies. We use intention. We have a positive intention when we are working with quantum touch. And we pay attention. We notice what's going on in our own bodies. We actively generate awareness of what's going on in our own bodies and how we're working with the quantum touch energy. We use the life force energy. It's the animating current of life. It's who and what we are. It makes us who we are. It's part of our essential nature. Within us, we have an inner healer, and our inner healers are so, so clever. They know exactly what is wrong with us. they know where it's wrong, and they know what needs to be done to bring about healing. And when we bring the quantum touch energy to the party, our inner healer welcomes it with open arms and begins that active healing process. And with all healing, we are healing ourselves. The inner healer just takes the energy exactly where it's needed most. In the level 1 workshop, you will have worked with the chakras. And again, this applies in all the workshops. You learn about these energetic wheels, these spinning wheels of energy that create our bodies, what the chakras do, how they work. We work with them in different ways in the Becoming Supercharged. And we also learn how to work with sound and with the movement of the energy. All of these things coming together to give you that solid base that you need for progressing to other things. You will have learnt about distance healing in the Quantum Touch Level 1 workshop. We know that time and distance and space has no meaning when we are working with energy at the quantum level. So it opens up so many more possibilities. We also learn about manifestation. We learn various techniques in the Level 1 Becoming Energized workshop. In the Becoming Supercharged, we build on these and enhance the potential even more. So we're opening up to possibilities with everything that we do. I always think of the Becoming Energized workshop in terms of learning to cook. We learn about recipes, we learn about ingredients and measurements and techniques. When we know all that, we can pull it all together and we create something, we create a wonderful dish. When we've learnt all the techniques in the Level 1 workshop, we are more confident, we can experiment, we can play with what we're doing. When we do that, we can build upon this really solid base to create something special. And that's what the Becoming Supercharged will bring for us. Okay.
Thank you so much, Sue. First, your story is really amazing. And in our work, we hear a lot of incredible transformations, what this energy healing can do for you, how the body can heal itself. But I would just like to take a moment to really acknowledge how transformational it can be for somebody who's really suffering with a condition, be it of the body, even in the emotions or mentally, how significant it can be to find something that can help to bring relief. And in my own life, I find that that's really what Quantum Touch has done for me. It's a tool that can help me to find relief in any aspect of my life. And how amazing is it to be experiencing so much pain or discomfort that affects, when people have a condition like that, it affects more than just the body. It can affect your mobility, your ability to work, and so on. And then to actually have a tool that can help restore harmony, help the body to heal itself. And as Sue said, it is really the body that heals itself. It's never, say, a practitioner healing another person. It's the body that's healing itself. So I find your story is really extraordinary, Sue. Thank you for sharing it. I know we also recorded a video for the YouTube channel where you shared your story. And I think it's something, these stories should be shouted from the rooftops because they're so inspiring. And thank you also for explaining the progression from level 1 to level 2. And that really sets us up today to get into the material of why we're here today. And if you haven't taken level 1, not to worry at all. You'll get a taste of the wonderful material, the energy healing techniques and practices that are in the more advanced workshop, which is a supercharging. And you'll get a feel for what the work is all about. So not to worry if you haven't taken level 1. So now we'll get into a little bit of this treasure, this extraordinary treasure that's within us all, which is this 12 color energetic blueprint for well-being. So Sue, can you tell us, well, what exactly is this? How does it relate to feeling good, being healthy, self-healing? How can it help us, and what these colors are, and what happens when they're not fully vibrant and flowing through us? So take it away, Sue.
Hey, well, our energetic blueprint for well-being is exactly what it sounds like. It is our energetic resonance. It's a map, a blueprint of our energy. It's a key part of the Becoming Supercharged workshop. And it was something that was discovered by the co creator of the workshop. What she discovered is that within us all is this blueprint of 12 colours. They are 12 very specific colours that each have their own purpose. They each have their own energetic resonance, and they are formed in layers from inside our physical body, filling our physical body with internal colours. And then there are 6 colours that wrap around our body in our energetic field. So they have different functions. When we are well, when we are truly fit and healthy, these colours vibrate energetically. They have a rich, vibrant, vivid resonance. And some of them can be like looking through a stained glass window when you see that beautiful light coming through and there's that rich clarity in them. That's what those colours look like when we are at our peak, when we are really well. If we have been affected by toxins or stresses, then these colours can fade and become depleted. They vibrate and resonate at a much lower level. And that affects how we function as a whole. They support each other. We can become much more vulnerable to illness if we are not functioning at this high energetic level. Within these 12 colours, there are colours that work on different levels. So some colours are really great for supporting our physical health. There are other colours that work really well with mental difficulties, yet further colours that are supportive of emotional problems. And there are also colours that can be protective or help us intuitively and spiritually. When we know the function of each of those colours, we can tailor the way that we offer the energy. We can have a pick and mix approach. So we can choose, well, I'll have this colour for that condition. I'll work with that colour for another condition. I can support the health in a different way with a different colour. We can choose more than one colour to help support a problem. It doesn't have to be one individual colour that we work with. So we could choose a group of colours to support the physical health. We could choose a different group of colours to support mental health. And we can work like that, excuse me, frog in my throat. So it really means that we can tailor everything that we are doing. It's a way of supporting ourselves too. If we are doing this on a regular basis, if we are really enriching our energetic blueprint for well-being, we're keeping ourselves functioning at a really high level. So there are meditations that you will learn where you can re-energize each layer, each color within your energetic blueprint for well-being. These colors start with a white ellipse at the very center of the body. And that's representative of life force energy. Moving out, you have 6 colours, layer upon layer, wrapping around that white ellipse. And outside, you have the other 6 colours. And it's ringed by a colour that is a protective colour. It's a supportive colour. So we can enhance our own well-being using this energetic blueprint, but we can also use this colour map, when we are offering energy to others. So we can support others, not just ourselves. We know that when we offer energy to somebody, that healing continues, maybe for a few hours, maybe for a day or a couple of days. Using colours from the energetic blueprint for well-being, we can actually create an energetic support that will extend the length of time that that healing lasts. And when that support's no longer needed, it dissipates, it just goes away. The inner healer knows when it's no longer needed. So we can combine techniques when we're doing this. Some problems need an approach that supports physical healing, but many problems have an emotional aspect to them as well. That means that we can offer healing on different levels, supporting our own health on different levels and also offering to others on different levels. It's a bit of an internal barometer as to how we're feeling, and it's also like an energetic power grid. If you think of when there might be storms or really bad weather and part of the power grid is affected, you lose power. There are power outages, trees are down, lights go out, you can't cook. We can have that within us, within our own power grid. So if we are depleted in some way, it means that we can energize that again and support the other ones, the other colours that are being affected by the downtime in the colours that have been affected by this power outage. It's a real energetic barometer of everything that goes on within our bodies. Each colour has a very specific purpose. I've mentioned the life force energy at the very beginning of it, but we move through intuitive and spiritual levels. We move through colours that have different qualities. They're not all translucent. Some are metallic in appearance. And everything expands upon that. We will be practicing skills with some of these colours as we progress through today. But it is a real internal, external, physical, energetic body, whole encompassing blueprint for our well-being. And it means that we can support ourselves through our whole lives. It's not just a one-day thing, it's something that lasts us a lifetime, really enhancing who and what we are and how we function.
Thank you, Sue. It's so interesting. When I'm a person who I connect with color, and probably many of you out there might have that same experience. You in your home, you might surround yourself with certain colors. Maybe there's certain colors. I love to wear this kind of aqua, bluish green color, and it does something for me. You might find that a certain color can make you feel calm. Maybe there's other colors that you don't like. And so when I took the workshop and learned about the 12 color energetic blueprint for well-being, I found it fascinating because the colors were very unexpected to me. These colors that are in your cells, that are in your energy body, that are in your energy map. I was a little bit surprised about what they were. And Sue, I'd like to know, do you have a favorite color in the 12 color energetic blueprint? And if you do, can you share a little bit with us about it?
I do, yes. If you see behind me, there is green. It doesn't show as well on the screen as it does here in my room, but it's a very bright green. And this colour for me, it's an emotional colour. It's about self-esteem, self-worth, self-love, and the workshop actually influenced the way that I decorated this room. It is a very colourful room. I have green walls, I have pink curtains, there is colour everywhere in this room, and it's a room where I feel really good about doing my work because I connect instantly to the energy of the colours when I begin to do my work. It supports me on a really deep level and enhances everything that I am doing when I work. So I really enjoy the moment I walk into this room. I feel at home, I feel energized, I feel ready for whatever the world's going to throw at me.
Amazing. Exactly. I found that with the 12 color energetic blueprint, it gave me a tool as somebody who is very visual, who connects to color already, to be able to connect into the healing work, but through colors, through the set of colors. So, Sue, I think it would be wonderful to have a live experience of a couple, maybe one or two of the colors. So I'll hand it off to you if you could lead us through a meditation that where people can get an experience of a couple of these colors so they can really get a feel for what it's all about.
Course. I'm aware that not everybody will have worked with energy before. Um, so when we do this, I will begin first of all by explaining a couple of the colours that we're going to work with, and then I will just help you to generate awareness of energy before we go fully into the meditation. The colours that we are going to meditate with are white. This is at the very centre of our physical body. It's at the very centre of every cell, and all the colours wrap around that. So it fills every bit of us, and it represents life force energy. If that's depleted, we can have immune deficiencies, we can become tired, we can become fatigued, we feel our get up and go has got up and gone. And that's the first colour that we will work with. As we move through the colour, we are going to work with the outer layer, which is mother of pearl. And this is iridescent. It's just like the inside of a seashell. And this acts as a protective layer. It's really supportive. And when every colour within our energetic blueprint is resonating well, it communicates directly with the white life force energy that's at the centre of our physical bodies. If our mother of pearl layer is faded and depleted, we feel off balance, we lose perspective, we don't know what to do. We don't know what to do with ourselves, and we can overreact. We're a bit discombobulated. But when we re energize this, it protects us, it supports us, and it fills everything that we are. So, just to become aware of energy before we start, if you'd like to rub your hands together really vigorously for about 10 seconds, and then just hold your hands apart and bring them closer and further apart. Just noticing any sensations you feel in your hands or that gap between them. And then do that again for another 10 seconds. And just hold them apart again, bringing them closer together. You might feel a slight resistance. That's the energetic feel that you're sensing. It might feel a little bit spongy, a bit bouncy when you reach that point. Now, if you do this again, rub your hands together for another 10 seconds. And then hold your hands near your face. Just see what you can sense in your hand and your face. Whatever you feel is right. It doesn't matter what it is that you feel. Okay. That's the beginning of awareness of the life force energy. Now, as we begin this meditation, I'd like you to sit comfortably with your feet on the floor. Hands comfortable, palms resting on your lap or your belly, wherever you're comfortable, and close your eyes, beginning to breathe deeply. And then place all your awareness in your feet. We use intention and attention and breathing as we do this. As you breathe, breathe nice full breaths with no pause between your inhale and exhale. And then focusing on your feet, put all your attention inside your feet, intending to become aware of any sensations that you notice. And moving your awareness up through your body, from your feet to inside your ankles, from inside your ankles to your calves, from your calves into your knees, becoming more aware of sensations with every breath, with every movement. Noticing what you can feel inside your thighs and your hips, moving to your belly and your chest, up to your shoulders. Let them relax as you move your awareness into your neck and up to the crown of your head. Noticing, and then moving awareness from your head back down into your neck and shoulders, and then down into your arms, your hands and fingers. As you move this awareness, sensation may build. Just really notice and accept that sensation. Taking your attention back down to your feet again, just noticing everything as you move your awareness up inside your body, your feet to your ankles, to your calves, to your knees, into your thighs and your hips, up into your belly, your chest, your shoulders, your neck and your head, and then back down again from your head to your neck and shoulders, your arms, and into your hands. We'll link this with our breath next. So as you move your awareness up through your body, match it to your inhale. So breathing in and moving your awareness up to the crown of your head, and then automatically breathing out and moving your awareness down through into your arms and hands. Every time, moving your awareness up as you breathe in and moving it down and out into your arms and hands as you breathe out. We'll do that for a few breaths. Just letting yourself connect with everything that you can feel. Your hands might tingle. Whatever you feel is absolutely perfect. Now, as we breathe in, we're going to welcome the colour white. Breathing in as we move our awareness and welcome the colour white into our physical body. Then pausing and letting that colour white fill our entire body. And then as we exhale, moving our awareness down into our arms and hands and giving thanks for having received the energy of that colour. Breathing in, continually welcoming the colour white. Letting it saturate us as we pause, and then breathing out with thanks. Moving our awareness through our bodies as we do this. Breathing in and welcoming that colour white. Pausing and letting it fill every nook and cranny. Breathing out with gratitude as we expand our awareness with every breath. Keep this flowing, knowing that this colour is saturating every cell, every part of you, re-energizing you. Breathing in, pausing and letting it saturate you. And as you breathe out with gratitude, just moving your awareness all the time. Taking time to really connect. Feeling the intensity of that colour. It's at the very centre of your physical being. Every exhale filled with gratitude for having fully received the energy of this colour white. We're going to turn our attention now to the colour Mother of Pearl. And this is an outer colour, and we welcome that in from outside us into our energetic fields. So as we breathe in, moving our awareness, welcome this colour Mother of Pearl in from outside towards our body. Feel it coming towards you, filling your energetic field. And exhaling with gratitude for having received it. Welcoming this colour into your energetic field with every inhale. Pausing and let it saturate everything around you. Saturating every bit of your being. And exhaling with gratitude. Really being aware of all the sensations within you and around you as you do this. Feeling the intensity of the energy build. Revitalizing this supportive layer around you. All the time, breathing with awareness of what you're doing, of everything inside and around you. Noticing what you can feel in your hands and where the sensations are going in your body. And you may become aware of the resonance of all the different colours that are there in the layers between the white and the Mother of Pearl. The 6 colours in your physical body. and the 6 outer colours. Really enjoying this saturation of energy. And as we bring this to a close, exhale with gratitude for receiving these colours, for this re-energizing, this revitalizing. And when you're ready, just gradually, gently move your fingers and your toes and join us back in the Zoom room when you're ready, opening your eyes. Feeling the intensity in this Zoom room with that energy, it's absolutely wonderful.
So much, Sue. That was really beautiful. I'm very happy that you chose the mother of pearl. Was my favorite one from the workshop. And I'd love to hear how people experience those colors. So feel free to put your comments in the chat. I could see that everybody was fully into the process and immersed in the colors and could really feel them flowing, which is wonderful. And this is just two of the colors from the energetic blueprint that exists within us all, that when we learn how to work with them, they can support our healing, our well-being, as Sue mentioned, on all levels: mental, physical, emotional. And it's a really interesting and more advanced technique where we can get to know our energy body and, as we say, our energetic blueprint. So, Sue, on that note, could you share with us a little bit of what your experience has been yourself with these more advanced techniques, the 12 color blueprint and other techniques from the Becoming Supercharged workshops? What kinds of transformations have you seen for yourself and for your students or your clients? So if you'd like to share with us a few testimonials, then I'd love to hear what people have experienced in working with these techniques.
Well, the experiences are many and varied, as you might expect. Students within the workshop have experienced all sorts of different things. Having the chance to practice with fellow students, offering energy to different conditions. One used colours for tinnitus, and the tinnitus lessened just during a 10-minute session in the workshop. Another one has used the techniques in the workshop to help with digestive issues, where somebody was experiencing bloating and that sensation eased. Bloating reduced, they felt more comfortable. It's been used for pain. One student shared with me that they were using it to offer pain towards hip pain. And it felt to the student as though that pain was like a guillotine stuck in the hip. And speaking afterwards, the person receiving said, that's exactly what it felt like. It felt like a guillotine in my hip. Somebody else experienced the fact that it wouldn't be good to eat a certain type of food, that although it's one that they could tolerate, that perhaps it was better if they didn't eat that food anymore. I offered it to a client the other day who was really stressed, and I was using all the 12 colours in the blueprint, and I then fine-tuned it so that it was for emotions and mental distress. And while her eyes were closed, she said that she could see really vivid colours. They were so rich. And she said that when she opened her eyes afterwards, she was really disappointed because everywhere looked so drab and she'd been in a different place when she was receiving the energy. Um, Communication is a big part of what we do and of the workshop. And one student received an intuitive guidance of how to offer the energy. And that guidance came almost as a cartoon character saying, this is what's needed. So changing how we do what we do. And I've also used it to help myself in a big way. You already know that I had hip replacement surgery. Well, the replacements wear out eventually. And when it was time for the replacement to be revised, I was offering energy to myself and I wasn't in any pain. I was just carrying on with my daily life. Week before the surgery, my husband and I decided that we'd have a weekend away because we knew that I would be a little bit less mobile for a few weeks after the surgery. So we took ourselves off to a Welsh seaside town. And on that first night, we were walking out to go and get tea. And all of a sudden, I was in huge pain. It was immense and I couldn't move. I just stood, stuck to the spot, couldn't go anywhere. And so for 10 minutes, I was giving myself, using the 12 colours, using the ones that particularly related to the physical issues that I was experiencing. And very gradually, very slowly, we made our way to where we were going to have our tea. We had our tea, and all that time, I was using all these techniques non-stop. I was still in a lot of pain, and we walked back again really slowly. My husband was my physical support. I was using everything that I could. And we went back to the hotel, and all that evening, all I did was use the supercharging colours and every technique that I could think of to combine to support myself. The pain reduced. The next morning, I got up. We went about our day. I was still in pain, but it was a lot less. And we walked around the town walls. We explored the town. We did everything that we thought we would do. I'd got hiking poles in the car, so I made use of those. Pain was coming down all the time. We continued the next day, came home, and at the end of that week, I had my surgery. And after the surgery, the consultant came to me and he said, did you know you'd broken your femur? And I said, no. He said, the head of your femur was broken and I put pins in it during the surgery. And that for me was the biggest validation of what I do and what quantum touch does for me. It supports every aspect of my life. And I am just so grateful that I was able to do that to support myself because I carried on that week as normal. And it just amazed me. So the possibilities with becoming supercharged are just endless. There is no limit to what we can do. And if somebody says, can I do this? Can it do that? My answer is, why not? So those are just a few stories that I wanted to share with you.
That is amazing, Sue. And again, it's these types of things should be shouted from the rooftop. This kind of work is something that not only can we use to support other people, but I would say even more importantly, it's such a transformative tool to help yourself. And we have some great comments that came in from the meditation. Michelle says she really liked the mother of pearl. Anna says, I feel stronger and hugged by the pearl color. And we had another one. Lucy says, thank you. I loved it, especially the mother of pearl. Made me jump involuntarily a few times with energy. So some great feedback and from that meditation. So thank you to Sue. And it looks like we'll have a few minutes at the end for some Q&A. So if people have questions, I see there's already a question in the chat. So feel free to start posting your questions now. So then they'll already be in the chat when we get to them. And I would love for Sue, this 12 color blueprint for well-being is taught in the Becoming Supercharged workshop, which is the Quantum Touch Level 2. And Sue does have a workshop coming up in May 2nd and 3rd. It's an online workshop, a virtual workshop. So before we get to the questions, Sue, if you could just give a little outline, because the workshop includes not only the 12 color energetic blueprint that we learned about today, but a number of other advanced techniques that will really take your energy healing work deeper to the next level, and it will expand your abilities and your own personal transformation. So Sue, can you share a little bit with us about the components of the workshop, and we'll jump into the Q&A. So feel free to post your questions in the chat, and go ahead, Sue.
Right. Well, it is what the name says. You do become supercharged. It's a fun workshop. It's experiential with lots of opportunity to practice with your fellow students. It builds your intuition as well as many other things. You begin by learning how to offer the energy in a more focused way. And it's a workshop that has a theme of communication and connection running through it, of wholeness. And when we can communicate with the body much more effectively, it means that we can adapt the way that we offer the energy. And this is one of the things that you will learn to do in the workshop. You will have learned about chakras in Becoming Energized, and we work with them in a different way in the Becoming Supercharged. It's a way where we can really amplify our resonance to higher and higher levels, moving the energy differently. I'm going to cough, excuse me. Sip of water, if you don't mind. Talking too much, that's what it is. So you learn ways to really amplify the energy to higher and higher levels. Once you've done that, later in the workshop, you learn even more advanced ways of raising the energy still further, which raises the possibilities of everything that you can do. The energetic blueprint is a big key component of the workshop, and it combines with so many techniques that you learn in the workshop to enhance healing on much more supercharged levels. There is a pattern that you learn about in the workshop that enhances wholeness, that brings unity. And there are colours in that pattern that connect to the energetic blueprint for well-being. So it really combines to make this energy something special when we are working with it. We learn ways to work with digestive issues, supporting them on different levels, physical, emotional levels. And we learn about ways to enhance our manifestation techniques. We learn how to bring the energy of our desires into our energetic field, bringing it closer to us, into our physical bodies, making what we want much more possible to manifest, making it much easier to realize. We look at longevity in the workshop, which is something that many of us are interested in. We want healthier lives, but that we want them to be healthier for longer. So that is a big part of the workshop. We connect intuitively on sources of information and wisdom around us. So you will learn how to do that as part of the workshop. And you learn how to connect to universal love. And that is a key thing in quantum touch. Love is at the base of everything that we do in quantum touch. That is the Becoming Supercharged in a very small nutshell, just to give you a very small inkling of what you can do. But it's a very full-on experience.
Thank you,
Renee.
Sue. Yes, it's I've taken the workshop. It's wonderful. So thank you to Sue, and I'll just put out a couple more details before we get into the Q&A. So Sue will be teaching the Becoming Supercharged workshop. I posted the link for anybody who's interested in learning more about the workshop. The link is in the chat, and it's May 2nd and May 3rd from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. British Standard Time, and it's online. It's a virtual workshop, so you can take it from anywhere in the world, and the price is 450 US dollars. And anybody who has previously taken the Supercharged workshop can take it again at 50% off. And the code for that is L2Repeat. So again, if you have any questions, everybody's welcome to email me. But if you would like to learn more about becoming supercharged, if you are inspired by the material and want to really learn the full energetic blueprint for well-being, plus a lot of other stuff, then I invite you to take that workshop with Sue. And as April says in the chat, April posted a wonderful comment saying, Sue is a wonderful teacher. I've had the pleasure of taking Sue's level 2 and level 4 courses. I highly recommend taking any course she teaches. The way Sue made my body move and feel better in level 4 was an amazing experience. I fractured my neck and lower spine 20 years apart. I used the colors and level 4 techniques daily on myself, the people around me, and my cats. And I am blessed and a better person after meeting Sue. That's amazing. Thank you, April, for sharing that. And so now we'll get into the Q&A. We have a few minutes for Q&A. If anybody has any questions, post them in the chat. And I see we have one here from Rick. Thank you for posting, Rick. And Rick asks, is it necessary to visualize the colors as we're working with them? I don't see many colors since I was a child 70 plus years ago. Thank you. Go ahead, Sue.
No, it's not necessary at all. We can invite them in, intend to connect energetically without seeing the colours. We don't have to see the colours. We all experience energy differently. Some people can see colours, some people can taste energy, some people can smell energy, some people don't feel, see, taste, smell anything. But if you are intending to be aware of the vibration of that energy, if you are inviting that energy into your body, into your field, into your whole being, then that's all that's necessary. That's all you need to do.
Excellent. Thank you. A great answer. We have a question from Helen. Sue, you had mentioned tinnitus, and she says, can you please share the color for tinnitus? Or maybe explain a little bit about that experience that you mentioned.
Yeah, and the colour for tinnitus is it's a metallic colour and it is gold. You can combine it with other colours to link into the way that the brain works and has an impact on tinnitus. But the colour that we use for tinnitus for different parts of the body in that way is a metallic gold. And that colour it is like the precious metal. It's sparkly, it's got flecks in it, it's reflective. So that's the colour that I would use for tinnitus.
Excellent. Actually, the after the mother of pearl, the metallic colors are my next favorite to work with. So thank you for sharing that, Sue. We have a question from B. Zuckerman. Are scholarships offered? So I'll answer that. Yes, occasionally the head office does offer scholarships, and the person to talk to for that would be Jennifer. And you can connect with her at jennifer@quantumtouch.com. So just send her an email and she'll send you along the information. Now we have a question from Matthew who asks, are there any daily practices recommended that are as powerful to start as they are later in our masteries? Sue, go ahead.
One of the things that you do in the Becoming Supercharged workshop is that you learn to connect to your chakras on a really deep level. You have a meet and greet with your chakras. So I would say that meeting and greeting your chakras and keeping in contact with them and the energetic blueprint for well-being are two of the things that are really lovely to do really regularly. They are supportive of our well-being, and they enhance how we develop as people, as energetic beings. So I really like to do those. I connect to the colours. Every morning I connect to the energetic colours when I'm having my shower. So I get in there, my glass screen steams up on the shower, and when I look at the ceiling lights, I can see colours around them. When it's not steamed up, I don't see them at all. So we all experience it differently, but I do like to energize my blueprint every day, and I like to regularly connect to my chakras on a really deep, supercharged level.
That's great. Thank you, Sue. And we have a question from Susan who says, thank you, Sue. While looking for research on the 12 color blueprint system, I found info on an association with the 12 seasons. Is this the same system you're using? And can you point me to any available research on your method? Go ahead, Sue.
I have no experience of the colours linking to the seasons, but we all become intuitive and we develop connections to various things as we do this. So I've got no link that I can offer you to any kind of research, sorry, but maybe connecting to your intuition on this and seeing how it feels if you experiment with the energetic colours and the seasons. See what happens. Why not?
Great, thank you, Sue. We have another question we have a question from Camille. Hi, Camille. And Camille asks, can we get a copy of what the colors mean? Go ahead, Sue.
Um, yeah, you get that in the actual workshop. When you attend the workshop, you have a student manual. We go through the colours in a great deal of detail, and you have that you can use forever and a day as your reference points. And when you become familiar with the colours, you remember what they all are and what they mean. It becomes automatic to use the 12 colours to connect to them in a very easy, quick way. There is a supercharging book that was written many, many years ago. Um, that needs to be updated and revised. But the best source of information for this is the supercharging workshops.
Great, thank you, Sue. And on that note, I think that concludes our questions. So we will wrap it up here. We're at the end of the hour. Thank you to Sue for your teaching, for sharing your amazing experiences, for sharing the testimonials, also for leading us through the meditation. And thank you to everyone for your presence today. It's greatly appreciated. And it's so wonderful to know that there's people all over the globe who are interested in quantum touch and who are looking for powerful tools for self-healing and to support more healing all around the world. So, and I can see that there's lots of people posting their thank yous for you, Sue. Thank you. Wonderful. I appreciate your presence today, everyone. If you're looking for any more information on the Quantum Touch workshops, you can visit the Quantum Touch website, quantumtouch.com. And a reminder that Sue's hosting a Becoming Supercharged workshop on May 2nd and May 3rd. That information is also on the website. So thank you so much to everybody. Sue, do you have any final words before we hop off the call?
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. It's been such a lovely evening. And thank you to Renee for being such a wonderful host.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you to everyone, sending you so much love, light, and life force energy. Wishing you all the best, and we'll see you at the next Discover Quantum Touch webinar. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.